FPL Game Week 14 team selection. The deadline is fast approaching tonight. So today we'll be going through my Game Week 14 team selection, a review of how Game Week 13 went, and my transfer plans for the upcoming game weeks. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button and hit that subscribe. And let's get into it. What's up? It's FPL Vert, where arrows go green, and yes, for the first time in 6 game weeks, the arrows did go green. Yeah. Game week points score of 102 points, a game week rank of 44k, and we jumped straight back into the top 250k. So of course the next target will be to climb to within the top 100k and just keep climbing. Pretty good showing from the boys. Of course, the midfield all returned. Captain Saka. Yes, I know I did say I was going to captain Salah in the previous video, but literally 10 minutes after I posted the team selection video last game week, I actually tweeted it as well, but I didn't realize how good Saka had been, and I just preferred the matchup to everyone else's. So yeah, we went with Saka. So make sure you keep it locked on my Twitter. I'll probably start posting in the community page as well on YouTube, but yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter anyway. But yeah, kept Wood on the wildcard, and he returned with a 9-pointer with his only shot in the game from the penalty spot. Palmer got 14 points, got his first goal in game since game week 19. Bruno Fernandes got 2 assists. Salah, of course, did what Salah does. And Gabriel scored and assisted and came off at half time. So he could have got more, but that's okay. And Sanchez also kept a clean sheet. So pretty good showing all round. And I can confirm I've made a transfer, and I'm planning to do another one. So let's look into what we're doing there. So into the transfer plans, and as I rolled last week, I had 2 free transfers to use, and I can confirm that one of them has already been made, having sold Isak to Jackson before Jackson rose on Monday. Obviously I brought Isak on the wildcard, and I was actually thinking that I made a mistake with both him and Sanchez, but I thought I'd give them both another week just to assess the situation. And whereas Sanchez kept a clean sheet with the save points and actually rose this morning, Isak and Newcastle just haven't really been impressive. They hosted West Ham, which was a pretty good fixture on paper, and didn't score. And then against Palace, a struggling Palace, they were pretty much dominated, if I'm honest. And Newcastle actually became the first team to score in a Premier League match despite not having a shot on target since Watford against Southampton during Project Restart in June 2020, the COVID times. And when the fixtures are Liverpool at home, Brentford away, where we know where Brentford are, a very difficult team at home, I think the form of Jackson just cannot be ignored, and Southampton's the most perfect entry point, if I'm honest, so that's already been sorted. And then into the second planned transfer, which at the time of recording has not been confirmed yet, but we will be selling Chris Wood in an emotional goodbye as we bid him farewell. Having owned him since game week 1, he's risen 0.6 million, given us 0.3 profit, and he's just kept scoring for fun. However, with the fixtures that are coming up from Nottingham Forest, as well as the attacking play performance from them at home against Ipswich, who are statistically one of the worst defences in the league, I don't think it's worth keeping him, unfortunately. So we thank him for the good times, and we move into Mateus Cunha, a very exciting prospect. Of course, Wolves have a very limited window of opportunity because straight after Game Week 18, if you want to count Game Week 18 as a typical fixture with United at home, their fixtures fall off a cliff. So I can only own him for 5 game weeks, and I want to jump on to him as soon as possible for an Everton team that look pretty much out of sorts. So that will be confirmed later today. Fresh of a clean sheet, Rob Sanchez travels to bottom club Southampton, who are missing a number of key players. Southampton are actually the league's lowest scorers, so let's hope for at least some save points in this game. In the Declan Rice derby, Gabriel Magalhaes opened scoring against West Ham from a corner, got punched in the face from another corner to win a penalty in the process, and was then replaced during the break. Arteta claimed in the post-match that it was precautionary, so I'm personally expecting Gabriel to start against old rivals Manchester United. United have scored just 3 goals in the last 4 away league games, but they've also scored 19 goals in the 7 matches since Ten Hag left, while also remaining unbeaten. So let's just hope for Gabriel to score another goal. Ray and 8 Nuri travels to an Everton side that have failed to score in each of their last 4 league games. last scoring in October against Fulham in game week 9. However, while Everton are facing struggles to put the ball in the back of the net, with Calvert-Lewin up top, Wolves are struggling to keep the ball out of theirs, shooting themselves in the foot by conceding 3 penalties at home in a 4-2 home loss against Bournemouth. So this is very much the case of an immovable object versus an unstoppable force, and that usually cancels each other out, so let's see what happens. Luca Dean welcomes a Brentford side that are 2 very different propositions in home and away matches. At home, Brentford are statistically the league's best team with the most points, most wins, and most goals scored. But in away games, they have the least points, no wins, and the least goals scored also. In fact, just 5% of Brentford's entire seasonal tally has arrived in away matches, with their 1 point that they secured at Goodison in the Everton game. Villa will be looking for their first win in 8 games, so I'm hoping Luca Dean starts, as Maatsen is not an upgrade, in fact he's very much a downgrade. Bukayo Saka faces Manchester United in a rejuvenated Arsenal side that have won all 3 games since the international break, scoring 13 goals in the process, averaging just over 4 goals a game. Arsenal have won 7 of the last 9 home league matches against United, and they've scored 3 goals in the last 3 league home matches as well. Saka himself is in a rich vein of form, having scored and assisted in each of his last 3 games, and he has 3 goals in his last 5 appearances against Manchester United, having previously equalled Thierry Henry and Freddie Ljungberg's record of scoring 3 league goals in a row against them. Mohamed Salah travels to Newcastle, having already matched his 9 double-digit hauls from the last season in the opening 13 game weeks. In fact, in the last 6 game weeks, Salah has only 1 single-digit return, which was the 9 points against Brighton, so he was 1 point off another double-digit return. However, only Liverpool themselves have conceded less goals in home matches than Newcastle, and Newcastle typically get up for the big games in St James Park. I'm expecting a close game, and he won't even wear my Vice this week. Cole Palmer travels to a Southampton side that, as previously mentioned, are missing a number of key players, including starting goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale, starting defender Jan Bednarek through injury, and then England international Taylor Harwood-Bellis, Friday's goal scorer Flynn Downs, and Friday's man of the match Tyler Dibling. So considering that they're going to be very weak and already the bottom club in the league, I think it's the best matchup given the brutal points that Cole Palmer possesses, having been on set pieces, penalties, and can just sprinkle magic whenever he likes with the goal that he scored against Villa. Very easy captain for me this game week, and I won't be changing. Morgan Rogers faces a Brentford side that have 0 away wins this season, as previously mentioned, and Aston Villa have scored at least 3 goals in their last 2 home meetings with Brentford. So let's hope for a return to form for both Villa and Morgan Rogers. Well, most importantly, Morgan Rogers. Joao Pedro travels to Fulham, having scored and assisted in his previous away game in Bournemouth. Fulham are yet to keep a home clean sheet this season, and Brighton have scored in every away game so far this season, so let's hope for some points. Matthias will be coming in for his visit to Everton. Wolves are in a 12-match scoring run in the league, having scored at least twice in the last 5 league games. Cunha also has no blanks in his previous 4 away games, having scored 5 goals and supplied an assist. And Nicholas Jackson rounds off the team as the second highest scoring asset in away matches this season, with 5 goals and 3 assists, and joins Palmer and Sanchez for a Chelsea triple up. So that is my team selection for game week 14. As I said, Jackson's already in, Cunha will be coming in before the deadline. So drop any questions that you have into the comments. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter for updates as I lock in my team 15 minutes before the deadline. And I'll answer any questions that you have as well. So, make your arrows be green, and I'll see you again this week for the next deadline.